I'm not sure if you can see or whatever like that, because I'm in my car right now and I'm driving. So this is the best way. What is that noise? This is the best way that I'm able to do some vlogs. So, okay. I wanted to talk to you ladies or whatever like that about just some random thoughts or whatever like that. A lot of you guys who are subscribed to me already know that I've dealt with multiple losses, the issue with incompetent cervix, and then you already know like how you feel like after you know end up dealing with your loss, and then you go around you and you see all of these pregnant women, and you know everybody's having baby showers. And I wanted to discuss about, you know, like the feelings of dealing with family members that are pregnant and how, you know, emotions and certain things can happen. And that's what I'm dealing with right now. I'm so happy that my cousin had just announced that she's pregnant. She's, I think, 18, 19 weeks, and I think she didn't want to say anything to me because she didn't want to hurt my feelings. But I think it kind of hurt me more that you didn't tell me, because she actually dealt with a loss. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, really, like, I really like to hear, you know, good reports. But anyway, you know, yesterday I was really emotional about a lot of things. I started thinking about, you know, I should be pregnant right now. I'm still getting like these apps on my phone that's telling me right now my stomach is swollen like a balloon. And, you know, I know August is in like a couple of weeks, and that was my due date in August. And a lot of you know that that was my due date. So, I mean, y'all, you know, yesterday I was actually in the studio. I was sipping on some wine or whatever like that. And, you know, just later on, I just got really, really, really emotional. And it was like, Dad, where did this come from? And so when I went to my husband to kind of, like, discuss it, you know, it was just, I mean, a whole bunch of things just went down. And I was just really so emotional that I went upstairs and I cried my heart out. I mean, I screamed, I cried. And then you know, it dawned on me this morning that the window was kind of open, so I'm sure everybody in the neighborhood heard me just yelping and crying. I mean, I just looked so pathetic. I mean, not even pathetic. I was just so upset and so overwhelmed with emotions that I've been trying to subdue, should I say, or kind of like push it down in the ground. It's hard for me to look at my sonogram pictures or any of the old videos that I used to do, like far as like baby buys and things like that pertaining towards my daughters, because it hurts the simple fact that this really happened. And the reality is that, you know, I'm still in mourning. And even though certain times I may have good days, and then sometimes I may not even have good days at all. And I'm keeping it real with you ladies, because even certain things that I have been going through, I photoshopped it and tried to like water it down. So I'm keeping it real. You know, I even was dealing with the simple fact that and I'm hoping that y'all can see me, but I was even dealing with the simple fact that, you know, as soon as we had our daughter, and when we lost her, the following day I wanted to get out of that hospital. And I think I told you guys I was so numb that I couldn't even feel my left leg. But I told Matt, let's get out of here. And as soon as I got in the car, I told him to give me a cigarette. And I'm not even a smoker, but I was like, give me a cigarette. And I was puffing them joints back to back to back to back to back. I mean, I was going through so much or whatever like that. I mean, I was like really puffing them cigarettes. Even my husband was like, babe, you're not a smoker, you need to slow down, you like Zsa Zsa Gabor out this joint. Because I was just so stressed, and I was just like, forget it, just, you know, because at first I was on this health tip, and then I just started smoking these cigarettes. And then I finally quit about 3 days ago. I mean, not 3 days, 3 weeks ago. About good 3 weeks ago, 2.5, 3 weeks ago. Because I said to myself, I'm not going to allow this to affect my health and start doing things that I don't normally do. So when, you know, I understand why a woman will go to drugs or alcohol because of trying to subdue these feelings or having a mentality like, well, forget it then. But now I can truly honestly say that I no longer smoke cigarettes anymore, and I'm happy about that, because I started to say to myself, well, what was the whole purpose of getting an attack done if you're going to continue on smoking cigarettes? And I remember Dr. Davis saying, well, if you only smoke 3 a day, you might as well quit. And he said you might as well quit, but I was too ashamed to kind of tell him, I'm going through the packs. And I started in April. I started April the 7th, and I'm no longer dealing with that. Also, too, I stayed up all night last night, and I cried myself to bed, y'all. I mean, you would have thought I was a 3-year-old. Like, I cried myself to bed. And it was funny because I woke up like 3 o'clock in the morning, and I was all online, and, you know, I was just fiddling around on YouTube. You know, I decided to check and see, you know, if I had any messages. And I went on YouTube, and I just saw it was like people who were just leaving me comments. I mean, not just any comments, but I'm talking about like comments that was pertaining towards the word, about Sarah, and I think Hannah, and, you know, women just reaching out to me. And I just felt like, you know, because when I tell y'all, when I cried yesterday, I had a deep conversation with the Lord. I mean, I was just like, God, I mean, I looked at myself in the mirror, and I was like, oh gosh, Mona, get yourself together. But I really, when I tell y'all, I was like in my zone, like crying, and I was eating pizza at the same time and crying. And I felt like I need to stop, or I end up choking on this. And I was talking to the Lord, and I was like, Lord, why is this going on? And I just totally went off the rocker. I did. But it was like so amazing, because, you know, when I went, you know, when I checked my messages today, I mean, this morning, I had women that, and I want to tell y'all, thank y'all so much, because it was just like, I know how you feel. I'm going through the same journey. You know, I'm going to pray in the spiritual realm. And I was just like, wow. And to me, it was like as if God was like, Mona, I hear your cries, so I'm going to send my children to you, you know, and deliver you a word. And I'm telling y'all, it came at the very right moment. So I was sitting here riding down the highway, and one of my girlfriends, and it was so amazing how me and her connected, because me and her went to middle school, okay? And her sister's a real estate agent just like I am, and I haven't saw my friend since middle school. And she basically dealt with a second trimester loss as well. So when she heard the news of what I was dealing with, and me and her got to talking, and she went through so many similar things. So today, I'm driving on the highway, and I get this text message from her, and I'm already in my thought. And she said, I had a dream that last night I was invited to your baby shower. And she said, I don't know what this means, but you're going to have to pray about that. And I was just like, you know, I was thinking like, oh, that's really good news. And, you know, I felt good about that. But then it dawned on me. Remember, I was telling you 3 o'clock in the morning, you know, people, you know, somebody sent me a message, and I'm getting at 3 o'clock in the morning when I was already feeling down and low. And now I'm sitting here driving, and I get this message from one of my girlfriends that, you know, we just started connecting again, and she just tells me about this dream. And I was like, I thought about it, and I said, Lord, are you sending this to me? And it just said bam, and I was like, oh, I accept that in Jesus' name. You know what I mean? I mean, I don't know if y'all can hear me because I'm driving. I'm trying not to scream too much. But when I tell you at the right moment that I need to hear those type of things at the right moment, because I started thinking like, you know, I'm sitting up here trying to get my healthy stuff back, trying to get my body back in order. Maybe I just need to throw this whole baby thing, you know, out the window for a little bit, you know. But I still have that desire, and I said maybe I just need to really shake it off all the way. But God is just sending me confirmation that you know, he's sending me confirmation like, no, this is in my will and this is just going to go down. And the only thing I can have is faith. You know, you have to have your action and your faith. And faith are the things that are unseen. You know, you can speak things into existence, but it's the things that are unseen. And so I'm having faith that me and my husband, we will. Now, I already know we're going to get pregnant. I just want to make sure that, you know, we actually have a living baby to bring home full term and healthy. And so, you know, I accept that in Jesus' name. And I just wanted to basically let you ladies know that, you know, all of those feelings that you're feeling, you know, even after in the postpartum and, you know, having to deal with, you know, watching other people. And don't get me wrong, like, I am so, when I tell you, I am so happy that my cousin is pregnant, because she dealt with the loss, and it was in her second trimester, and her loss was very traumatic because the baby didn't develop in such a way that they terminated it. So it was so hard for her and what she had to go through. So for her to actually be pregnant right now and be at 18 weeks, I'm like, look, take it easy. And I prayed for her and baby last night. And, you know, just a lot of emotions came back to me. And I was just feeling like, you know, Lord, what's going on, you know? And I just know, like, the Lord hears me and he hears my prayers. He hears your prayers. And, you know, nothing is in vain. But it was so awesome. Like, y'all got to read this text message to y'all. Because I just couldn't believe, like, you know, she just sends this. And I'm driving already in thought about it. And I'm like, there ain't nothing but God to actually intervene. Like, before you even start thinking that way, let me send my children to you to put a word in your soul. And y'all, I totally needed that right now. So it's like, it is hard when you see other people. But at the same time, when she had her loss, I was pregnant. So, you know, but I was speaking to her off and on, telling her some of the fears and everything. And I knew her day was going to come too. I just know both of us are going to be able to have children and go to full term. And I just pray for a successful pregnancy. And it gives me hope too to know that, okay, you pregnant. That's what's up. And I'm praying that she goes to full term. When you're dealing with the loss, you're going to see it, and you're going to see it whether it's in your family or friends or just people around you. I have been, when I went shopping the other day, I saw so many newborns and infants, it wasn't even funny. I mean, this lady was holding her baby girl in her arms, and she was just a newborn, newbie. Like, this baby looked like it just came out the womb like 20 minutes ago. And, you know, I just felt like, I would so love that, you know. But I know my time is coming. It may not be now at this very minute, but I know my time is coming. And I know my mother said she had a dream that she saw a beautiful crib, and it was blue, royal blue, and the baby had brown hair like my husband. And she said, I don't know what that means, but, you know, and I accepted that too. And then I don't even think I told you ladies about when she told me she had a dream that I was looking out of the window. And she was holding a baby in her arms. And when she told me this dream, it was over a month and a half ago. And she was saying that the baby was real. It was a girl, and she was fidgety, just moving around. And she said, I was looking out the window, and I was like, Mommy, Solomon's out there. And my mother was basically saying, and Solomon is my brother that had passed away. He had passed away when he was 19 going on 20. And I was telling her that her son, which is my brother, was outside. You know, I was at a window. And she's telling me this dream. And my mother was saying, like, I know where he is, but who is this beautiful baby? And immediately when she was telling me about the dream, I already knew that baby was Melody. I knew that was Melody because Melody would have been 3 months. And when she was saying how the baby was a little fidgety and everything like that, I just knew that was Melody. So then she was like, do you know that I believe that was your Melody? And I was like, yeah. And then it was so amazing because in the dream, I was talking about my brother, because I talk about my brother a lot anyway. And my mother was like, I know where he is, but this baby. And so immediately when she started describing how old this baby was, and it was a girl, I just knew that was my Melody. I know I have infant right now. Well, Melody would pretty much be like a toddler. No, she would still be an infant. Harmony would be a newborn, and baby Hans is a toddler. That's the baby that she be walking right now. So I mean, but going back to what I was saying, I just thought it was just so amazing how God just really revealed certain things, and you are going to deal with, the emotions are going to hit you. And I had been trying to kind of cover it a little bit by trying to stay away from certain things. And you know, like even the nursery, I go in there, you know, when my nephews are over there, but if nobody's there, I just keep the door closed or whatever. And I just wanted to share you ladies, I just wanted to share that with you ladies, that you're not alone, definitely not alone, in pertaining to you know, dealing with other people getting the news. And you know, it's hard to say, it's not a jealousy thing. It's just wanting to be it's wanting to be pregnant at the same time. It's not like I want to be in your body and be in your shoes. No, I want my own baby at my own time with my husband. It's just, you know, but you ladies understand exactly what I'm feeling. Also, too, there was a couple of people who actually just gave birth, and I wanted to say congratulations. Babies all looking healthy and juicy, like that lady said, juicy big baby. But congratulations, and until then, ladies, I'll definitely give you guys another update.
Testify, G, if you gave to me, tell me I didn't like it, so he shot to chest me. Joe, I lost my melody, arose, we the salt of this world, get back, bold, John 3:16, I know what my